Also, hello, welcome, good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. My name is Lacus Aqua, and we're back with another time for me to be in prison, of course. But yes, hello. I hope everyone's doing well this morning, because I am definitely doing a lot better than I was yesterday. But that's nothing to worry about for right now. So I'm doing great. I hope you all doing great too. But other than that, I did do like my entire like cool off day for yesterday, so I should be fine today. Should be fine for the most part. Should be fine. But well, even if I'm gonna make sure that it's not gonna hamper down anything today. So, but either way, I don't even know what we're gonna be doing today. It could just be chatting, could be a random game. Low key though, I was hoping that I would be able to play Ishin today, but it still has not unlocked on this account. Not just yet. It is unlocked in my main account though, but I really should just save it for tomorrow. There. Oh, because I really like the Yakuza games. No matter what. Even Dead Souls, even though I really have only played it like loosely. Very loosely for a very short amount of time. But that was just a Yakuza zombie game. Maybe eventually Sega will probably port that over soon. Maybe, depending on how well Ishin did. But there's like a couple other things I read about the game as well on the Steam Hub. Apparently, the hardest difficulty was locked behind the Digital Deluxe Edition, which is kind of a weird thing to do. Actually, I wasn't expecting that. Granted, it was only like what, maybe one post about it, and those people with early access actually have to have the digital deluxe edition, so maybe everyone's gotten the wrong idea. It's probably in the non-deluxe edition too, but it could be like people are just talking to talk as usual. As usual. But yeah. There is that one's definitely coming out tomorrow for me. Definitely. And when I do, I'm going to enjoy it to the fullest, and it's probably going to be like one of those very, very long stream days because I really, really do love the Yakuza series. And being able to play Ishin is like I've never expected to play that one stateside. I did hear that they censored like a couple things, but that's in for one scene in particular, and it's really just more hot mist. Yeah, more hot mist. That's literally it. That's what I hear. That's really the only thing that's censored. And if anyone knows, it's literally the bathhouse butt slap scene with them hugging. Yeah. Anyway, that's a different kind of thing. That's that was just more for like a comedy battle, but it's Yakuza, so this is nothing new for the series. It really isn't. In fact, there has probably been much worse things in Yakuza 2. And now here I am going off about my favorite series again, even though not exactly everyone likes it, but that's fine. That's fine. Some people will come around and they also start liking it, except they can be kind of long story games. Well, not as long as like your traditional RPGs like Final Fantasy or anything like that. Especially like old school RPGs. Especially old school. Because even today, like one of the better old school RPGs that I remember playing was like Chrono Trigger, and that was pretty long, but it also there was so many different endings. It almost felt like it was unnecessary, but there were so many different endings in Chrono Trigger, and Chrono Trigger is like a really, really good game. To me, it was a really good game. Even though I've never actually... I think my first experience with Chrono Trigger was actually a rental, because I was never actually able to get the game. Hey, Orimu, welcome to the stream. Also, thank you for the follow, thank you. Also, I forgot to actually thank Lilith as well. Thank you for the follow earlier, Lilith. And again, I am sorry that I wasn't able to follow you, like, for the longest time. Because, you know, Twitch has been weird. Yes, hello, and welcome. Now you too can get to laugh at me in prison, because, well, I'm gonna be stuck here for a while. Well, at least until my model gets rigged, which today would be one of those days where my model... What's got you behind bars, Chief? Well, for the it's not even that long of a story. So, it's not even a long story. I was about to use long story short. Well, so I had like a stupid idea, a very, very stupid idea. I took it from another traveling merchant and, for lack of better terms, their blonde elf bimbo friend about selling bathwater. So I took that idea and started selling normal water at 3 different funny names at a place, like uwu water, dihydrogen monoxide, and then idle bathwater. And while it did sell really well, the guards didn't like it, and apparently they investigated me, and then they found everything that I was smuggling for the Merchants Guild in my cart. And so here I am today. And then I also got expelled from the Merchants Guild because they want no association with the contraband that I smuggled. That was smuggling in for them. But now that I'm quote unquote expelled, they have like absolutely no relationship to me. That's their way of covering their butt. Absolutely their way of covering their butt. Doofus, what do you mean, doofus? I'm not the smartest merchant in the bunch, and perhaps like my cart placement was probably not the best. Probably not the best. Yeah. Well, listen, I don't even know how they ended up finding it. Surely they I thought they weren't going to look under the cart and then find that little box that was kind of just hammered in with a couple nails there. And I was hoping they were just thinking I was just like part of the cart and not an actual compartment, but that's they broke it down and then they found everything and now I'm here and yes, it was supposed to be like kind of hiding in plain sight, but it didn't work out too well. The jail arc, yes, this is my jail arc, and who knows how long I'm going to be in this jail, except I still haven't even had my fair court case and trial though. I hear that I'll be getting that soon down the line, at least from Catbird. If you don't know who Catbird is, that's the little cat guard that's kind of walking around. So don't mention anything about their ears. They're very sensitive about that. Very, very sensitive. They're also the strongest guard in the prison, and probably the only guard too. Listen, if I were to step out of my cell, they would probably punch me right. That's kind of chill. That's kind of a chill bed, though. It really is. It's probably the cleanest bed in the prison because I do like making sure that my bed is clean. Because who likes sleeping in a dirty bed? No one does. Absolutely no one does. It looks very, very comfortable too. Even has its own pillow. Actually, the pillow is kind of like rock hard. That pillow is like stale hard. It's like stale hard. It's like stale bread, and it's like not the most comfortable. It looks nice, but that's just a pillowcase. That is just a pillowcase. But yeah, it just blows the toilet one arm away from your head. Yeah. At least the toilet's clean. At least the toilet's clean. Even though I don't get much privacy because just like right out in the open. At least I have like my gigantic coat that I can kind of cover the bars with. At least I'm not in like prison clothes. At least I got to keep my clothes. Well, if you keep it clean, well, look at it. It's probably the cleanest in the prison. The drip. I do really like this coat. I really do. And honestly, I still don't even know what this coat is called even. Like, when I was making the character concept, like one day, I was just looking for like a couple of things to clothes, and this one just kind of came out and spoke to me. I don't even know what it's called. I don't even know what this little overcoat is called with the little, whatever the hell. It looks like a cape that comes off of it. But either way, it's kind of cool. It's a nice piece of clothes, and I'm really, really glad like Jin Project was able to adapt it into like different colors because the original outfit was like pretty colorful, like really, really colorful. Yeah, but it's not really a gambeson though. This is definitely not a gambeson. It's well, obviously it doesn't look like padded cloth. That's kind of close together. So it definitely is not gambeson. Now, I am surprised that someone would actually say gambeson because that's not a lot of people would actually use that term for clothes. With the things that I do with the whole Fractured Thrones VR roleplay, I know that term very well. Plus I really like HEMA stuff, which if you don't know what that is, that's historical European martial arts, and that's like swordplay with several different medieval weapons, and I find that fun. I really do find that fun, even though I can't even last that long in actual spars. If it goes past 2-3 minutes, my ankle will start to kill me. Mostly because it just can't handle like the intense footwork that we do have to do. Well, actually, that's a lie. It usually starts killing me after like 10 minutes, but usually it never lasts longer than 10 minutes. Tell you, you're a model. Thank you for the compliment. God, to be able to see this in motion soon is going to be amazing. I'm going to love it. I used to teach fractal weapons. A lot of garb nerds. Yeah, I can imagine, actually. I can imagine. And besides, Gambeson's usually like worn under like the actual armor, the actual chainmail and everything like that. Like, even I'm a little bit of a nerd for that one, but I'm not as much of a nerd as some other people. I can definitely say that because there's a lot more that I do not know about compared to like a lot of my friends. Yeah, compared to a lot of my friends, like even though I participate in like that VR role playing that in those like medieval times, it's oddly enough, it's even though they're trying to say that it's not Warhammer, it's kind of very much based on Warhammer. Well, not really based, but some of the things do pull heavily from the Warhammer universe. It's like, huh. Yeah, especially at the very end of the the season finale for season 2, which I still do not know how my NPC survived. I still don't. If anything, I do have to thank the player character medic for like literally saving my character's life at least 3 times during that final encounter. Living. Uh. Eh. Or, wait. Also, why does that show up as a box instead of like the actual emote? Chat overlay, please. You weren't broken like that before. Imagine. Oh, imagine living. If only. Meanwhile, my life currently right now is being stuck in this prison. While other people like watch me through like a little camera and then point and laugh at me. Because I don't know who's actually watching me right now. I see that there's a little camera and then the cell in front of me is kind of like dark and spooky as emitting like black smoke, and I have no idea what's going on there. But I either way, at least nothing's coming out of that cell to scare me though, other than whatever black smoke is just coming out of there. I definitely am feeling a lot better today, and thank you everyone for coming by today just to chat with little old me in this prison cell. Thank you, because it does really help me out a bit, because for everyone that doesn't know, I'm not like the biggest fan of my own voice, even though my friends have told me that your voice is fine. It's normal. It's just like I'm definitely not the fan of my own voice after all. Also, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Kai Faces. Thank you. I'm glad that you're enjoying the stream so far, even though I'm not really doing much of anything right now. But that's fine. That's fine. Your voice is lovely. Why? Thank you. Yeah. I need some water. Give me one moment. But yeah, I'm not like the biggest nerd of like HEMA and everything like that. But I do enjoy actually performing and sparring, because like surprisingly it is great exercise, even though you shouldn't actually do anything without protective gear. Like when I first did it, I had like the stupidest idea of doing it without protective gear. And it's still a piece of metal being cut at you and thrusted at you. So yes, it does hurt, even though it will not cut you. It still hurts like crazy. I'm pretty sure they did that on purpose, just to make sure that I do actually use their spare protective gears. Because when I first went there, I thought a lot of things weren't like properly washed. A lot of things were not properly washed, but they were. And honestly, something like that, it is like kind of a gym, so like I don't expect everything to be like clean properly. I'm not really were you part of the LARP kingdom? Unfortunately, I was not actually part of like any kind of like live action roleplay stuff or anything like that. I'm definitely more of like a sportsman when it comes to like the HEMA stuff. And actually, you know what? If anything, if it weren't for the fact that VR allows you to use like different character models, VR roleplay would probably be technically live action roleplay. And well, I would say it's just like loosely based off of it then. Loosely based off LARPing. Just it's not using your actual body. And not to mention in VR roleplay, you kind of have to account for lag. Because I know people who live in Australia, they do have quite a... They can hear you one-to-one without any like real lag, but any kind of like body movement that you see is probably like at least a half a second late. It's like a half a second late, and you have to really account for that in VR roleplay. You really do. You really do. Because for me, it's because I actually like the combat aspect, and I really like actually giving player characters a challenge because of what I know. I have to take into account of their ping because I like making things like cinematic without many DM induced roleplay pauses, because when they do that, I tend to get backstabbed by player characters and they count that in. And it's like, why? It's so painful. It's But yeah, when it's actually done well, it actually looks really, really good on stream, because the seamless the better. The seamless the better, in my opinion. But anyway, I'm kind of going off on VR roleplay a lot. Like, I never actually thought I'd get into VR roleplay until like one of my friends. So, well, they're called Cat. Yeah, they're just called Cat, short for their actual name, Advocat. They were working with like Brunswick for like a season 2 of like a previous roleplay, and I got invited to become like an enemy NPC to fight them, and that was like called Adventure RP or something. Yeah, it was season 2, and there was like a lot of things that went down there. That the funny part is, like, they told me like, hey, you have full body, and you know how to fight. You know how to fight. Go crazy. Okay, I will happily oblige, because I don't get the many chances to actually fight. Actually, I do, but that's a different kind of thing. That's more for my own safety when I actually walk home from work, because I don't use cars a lot, especially since how close my work is to my home. I'm able to like walk to and from it without a problem. Yeah, without a problem. Plus it saves me on like so much gas, especially since gas prices are like kind of insane right now. Actually, it's probably better than it was like at least a half a year ago, but still, it's still kind of high. It's still kind of high. So I get to save on a lot of funny gas money, and even though, hey, one thing for sure, even though you do that, you still need to like at least use your car, because you also don't want stale gasoline in your car. That's also equally bad. And there's one point that I learned that the hard way at where I used to live a long time ago, before I came to the city here. And where I used to live was like literally like a 1 square mile town, so it's like very close to everything. So you didn't even really have to use your car there. So yes, I am a fan of like just literally walking to everywhere whenever I am able to, because it just feels nice for me. It just really does, even though I can't really do that for like long periods of time. And that's mostly because of like a soccer incident like a long time ago as a kid, where the soccer ball was literally just kicked into my left ankle. Oh, what is this? Oh, that is just not important for me to look at, but I'm just being sent reminders from my eye doctor that my annual eye exam is due soon. Well, it's like, I still got at least 2 months before I have to do that, and I actually can see just fine right now, so I don't think I need new glasses just yet. Nothing really actually changed in terms of my vision. Not to mention, I need to go into VR more, especially since I did pay for like prescription lenses for my VR headset, which is really nice. Use that prison healthcare. God, honestly, my healthcare is actually pretty good, actually. Like, my eye exams don't really cost that much. In fact, it's like really 100% covered. The only thing that's only partially covered is if I like buy frames that's not within the prescription plans. And well, the non-prescription frames are not very good, honestly. They're usually never very good. They're usually very plastic, and they break very, very easy. I don't know, I really like steel frames for my glasses. Just like my monocle right now. It's a nice golden... No, it's not even... No, it's not steel. This is gold. This is 100% gold, and it's nice. Plus, I can use this to identify items whenever I want to, including how me with my glasses. Oh, wait, do you break your glasses easy, or do you actually like make sure to pick and choose like a good frame to make sure that it doesn't break? No, no. Oh, okay. Because I know like a lot of my other friends that do have glasses, they tend to really go the cheap route, and usually within 1 week they break their own glasses, even by complete accident. Even by complete accident. I'm not entirely too sure how they ended up doing that, but that's what it do. I got my new glasses off the website. Ah, I see. And they were like 30. No, that's actually not bad. That's actually not bad. And I'm pretty sure insurance just like cover the cost of like most things, so it's actually like 30 after insurance. At the very least 30 after, unless it was like straight up $30, and then like, oh, okay, that works then. No insurance. Ah, okay. That's really not too bad then. Not too bad at all. Yeah, a lot of times I tend to, honestly, even though I really shouldn't just choose the glasses over at the eye doctors, because I know there's like plenty of other places cheaper, and I really need to stop being lazy about that. I really do. I really do. It's not like I waste money or anything like that. It's just like, it's just convenient, and I just end up paying the convenience fee by just choosing at the eye doctor. I just end up paying the convenience fee by choosing at the eye doctor, and I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't. But how did we get onto glasses? Jesus. You know, just chatting is like a funny beast. Like I said in like my previous tweet before, I never thought I'd be like kind of like a just chatting person where I'd end up like chaining several different topics together like this. I never, in my longest imagination, would I ever think about that. All right, I'm gonna go back to sleep. Enjoy the stream. All right, have a good rest, Lilith. We'll see you another time. All right. We'll see you later. But yes. If I were to play a game today, actually, I really wouldn't even know what kind of game I would even play today, because I've already got Resonance of Fate kind of reserved for Wednesday, and I really love Resonance of Fate. Even though the guns and even though the gun attachments aren't the most realistic or accurate, it's still funny just to like. Also, your voice is nice. Thank you, Lilith. Thank you. I really do appreciate that, especially since I've been going through some mental loops yesterday about anyway. But yes, thank you for the compliment. I really do appreciate that. Oh yeah, I do have Elden Ring. Actually, I'm going to be saving Elden Ring for like a seamless co-op collab at a later time, because I know I had it, like I pitched the idea to like Manny, and I don't know if Keto has it, but if he has it, he's also free to join, and then anyone else that I have like maybe in mind that's also interested can also freely join. We just have to like settle for like a time in order to schedule that kind of thing, because I know out of everything, I know not really maybe. I think of myself as a bit hard to work with because I do stream and also have like a real full-time job. And my full-time job is technically on call 24/7. On call 24/7, even though technically I don't even have to answer the phone. There are some things that I do have to answer for. And well, I do have like that kind of responsibility, because some things I can't actually delegate to my other coworkers to even do that for me. I really wish I could, but some of the things are for my eyes and my eyes only, because I have to manage some projects. And well, those projects are something completely different, and I know some of them are going to be like going into my work like pretty soon, at least during this year. And I'm happy that some of my planning actually will get used. it will get used. And I've never had that kind of feeling before. It's like, ah, that's a funny, that really is a funny feeling where like your efforts and your planning is actually going to get used and come to like fruition. And it's like, huh, because I've had like several different jobs along the course of my life. Like oddly enough, my very first job was not fast food, though I've had a fast food job before, and it was terrible. And the conditions for it should be honestly better. Well, honestly, back then I was a kid, though. Like, my first job somehow ended up with me working for, like, the local government or the, like, their finance department. So I got very familiar with, like, business deals and all that kind of stuff. Oh, Cold Pudding, thank you for the follow. Thank you. And also, welcome to the stream, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. Enjoy little old me and laugh at me in prison. Please laugh. Please laugh at the inmate. I encourage you to laugh at me. Well, for the most part, yeah. But yeah, I got to learn business at a very, very early age. That's like literally during my high school years. And I got to see several things that should not have been done, and later down the line in my life, I end up reading like news articles about the things that shouldn't have been done get revealed, and it's like, yeah, that was coming. They were bound to find it in the audits. And well, these things wouldn't happen if you just do things properly the first time, but business is business, and things like that just kind of happen. I was expecting you to not expecting you to actually be in jail. Of course I'm in jail. I am the one that's like, sounds like you're becoming the prison snitch. I am not the prison snitch. I am definitely not the prison snitch. Definitely not. After all, they did that to themselves like long after I like left that work. It's funny though, because it paid like really well for that finance position. Really like paid really well when I was like in high school, and I didn't even have to work that long, at least until summer. Like, because of the way school was back then, I was really, and because it's like a government office job, I was only really there for like 2 hours a day. Yeah, only really 2 hours a day, just to like help out and work the front desk and all that stuff. Yeah, I got to know a lot of things about making sure things are confidential. And the odd thing about it there too is, despite it being the finance department, the payroll and the human resources department was like literally in the same building. So it wasn't just the finance department, it was also HR and payroll. So that was also a thing. So I got very, very acquainted with it when I was like young. Honestly, the only reason I actually was able to get that job was because previously, before, my cousin worked with them a long time ago. And my cousin actually is like a business major. So once he got that job at the finance department, I guess she spoke about me a lot to them. And I guess that's like one of the reasons I got in. Well, connections. Yeah. Honestly, I am definitely not. Yes, nepotism. That is definitely the base form of nepotism, and I honestly hate it. I honestly really do hate it. And it's not like I hate it for like other reasons for other people getting their positions. I hate it mostly because it's not based on my value, my skill set, or anything like that. It feels bad if I just get in through connections. It really does for me. Even though it's like the easiest thing in the world, it just feels bad for me. It's like I didn't actually earn this through my own merit. And I'm the kind of person that likes to earn things on his own, especially since my own father is well, other than the fact that he was a major pervert and despite being a major pervert, that was also very, very narcissistic. He was actually probably the family prodigy and genius. And because of that, he was also the number one son in the family because with Asian families, there's like that, you know, that number one son title. My father was given that title and he really took it to the max. He really did take it to the max. But through his actions, he I would say he 100% earned everything that he did. He 100% earned everything that he did. 100% no cap. Despite him literally off nearly the entire family. Yeah, nearly the entire family. Like, no one in the family liked him, even. Well, at least when he did, like, eventually pass away, they found value in everything that he did. Even though my father was, like, literally hard on everyone, like, everyone was still thankful for it. Everyone was still thankful for it. Even though they still hated him when he was alive. And then... Like, I am not the only child in the family. Like, my father did have like a different life before my mother. So I was definitely like the last person to be born. I was definitely the last son to be born. The very last one. You have returned. Welcome back. Welcome back. And thank you for coming back and, well, come and join me and enjoy my company here. But yeah, my dad did the stupid thing and, announced me as his number one son, even though I wanted nothing to do with it. And, well, that kind of thing, set off, other series of events. And then, I really hated that title. I really, really do. Any title that I didn't earn myself, I really dislike. I really, really dislike. Because like, you were the son of that guy. You are the son of that guy. That means you'll probably do really, really good. No, that's not how it works. It's really not. Because what if I'm not interested in what my dad did? Like, my dad was like, probably like one of the most, at least in my opinion, one of the most genius engineers of when he was alive. And it's like, he did like a lot of work that actually you would actually see being used at like AMD and Intel. It's like, huh. Plus, I've even seen like the blueprints that he worked on, like in the garage back at the old house. And it's like there were like several blueprints, and like there was like even several like AutoCAD files. And it's like it was super interesting to me at the time. It's like, yes, this looks cool. Absolutely looks amazing. It was like, even though I couldn't understand any of it as a kid, it was like I was interested. Even though I was not like a super nerd at the time or anything like that. But then again, like later down the line, I kind of ended up becoming like kind of super nerdy. But it's like, At least I wasn't like stuck up. Yeah, I wasn't stuck up or snobby, because I really did not like that kind of thing at all. There's like no reason to like act stuck up or snobby like that either. It's like, yeah, I just want to get through life and then leave this town. Because funny thing about like being like living in a small town and like living there from like when you're a kid, you get rumors going around because it tends to be true. It tends to end up being true. Like, for this 1 square mile town, it would be called like the town curse, where if you were born there, you are going to stay there for the rest of your life. And there's a lot of people that actually did not leave that town, even to go to like a better university, because technically, there was actually like a college campus there in that small town. Even though it wasn't like the largest campus, there actually was a college campus there, like 2 separate buildings, like far away from each other. But they were definitely still college buildings. They weren't big classes, that's for sure, and I never chose that school because, well, I wanted to get out. I wanted to get out of that town. I didn't, I love the strange, beautiful weird being just waddling across the street every now and then. Yes, that is Catbird. They are the strongest guard ever. Like, actually, legitimately, because they're probably the only guard, and they're actually filthy freaking rich. Small towns, and you end up knowing everyone, even if you don't want to. Yeah, there's also that. There's also that. And you see, Catbird can sometimes throw his money at me because... please, Catbird, please. Listen, we know you're rich. You do not have to throw your bags of money at me to show off how rich you are, all right? All right? You don't really have to do that. Oh, God. Oh, you didn't have to aim it down there. Oh. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. That's not what I want to pull up. I'll be okay. Also, thank you for the hydrate. Thank you. I could use the drink the pain away right now. You almost broke out? No, you saw nothing. You didn't see anything like that happen. You probably were just seeing the entire reality kind of just glitch out there, but you didn't see like that tear in reality that just happened. Absolutely not. Oh, there's gotta be a way that I don't accidentally grab that. There really has to be. No, there is. I just need to lock it, and yeah, I don't like locking things in my scenes and sources. I really don't, because I like moving things around. And honestly, if I had my model rigged, I wouldn't have to move myself around with a mouse. I would still be moving myself around with a mouse, but still, it would be not inside OBS to do that. It would not be in OBS to do that at that point. Yeah. But yeah, nepotism is a funny thing, and I really don't like getting things through connections, because I know one of the jobs that I could have had with TSMC. Yeah, TSMC. Yeah, and if you don't know what that is, that's the Taiwan Semiconductor Company, and that's the company that makes chips for your phones, your computers, your video cards. Like, because TSMC's silicon is actually like really freaking good, and the way they manufacture it is also really freaking good. But I don't want to go in there because I know there is an Asian culture with in regards to nepotism, and people with that got onto connections are quite looked down upon. It's like, I understand that. I really do. I really do. That's why I don't like to get things through connections. I really don't. I want to earn my keep. I'm that kind of person that wants to earn this keep. And I know, even though I probably would be well off if I had accepted that position, I would not. I would probably be miserable there with how much bullying I would receive, even passive aggressively. And when it comes to like most Asians, a lot of aggression is very passive aggressive, because that's just kind of how it is. Now, if you're like an American born Asian, you're just kind of well, some of us are relatively outspoken, because I know another one of my friends who does live in Texas, and they also like they're an engineer, and they really like working on cars. They like working on guns. They also have like a collection of swords, and more recently they also like they built and bought a chicken coop, because they wanted to make sure that they had like even though eggs were cheap at the time, they wanted their own eggs. Basically, they wanted their own eggs and their own like pet chickens, even though they have like a fox problem in their neighborhood, which he's already got that situated himself because of his own abilities are really nice. After all, the man can actually create his own turrets, and God, and let's not talk about that. Posture check. Thank you for the posture check. I do need that because I'm kind of like shrimping over right now, especially since my chair is not exactly well. Tell you what, chat. A lot of times I end up sleeping in my chair because my chair is one of those computer chairs that actually can recline like really well. So it reclines really well, and you can actually like sleep in them, and it's like really yeah. My poor back My poor back. You know, despite me sleeping in this chair, I've never felt like I had like issues with my back actually. Like my back doesn't hurt. Like I can like sit myself straight up a long period of time and it still doesn't hurt. So this chair isn't too bad, but I know it's probably like slowly building up in terms of how it's screwing up my back. And it's like, I'm not feeling it yet, but I probably will feel it soon. Or if I were to like lay in a bed, then I'll probably feel it because the bed will actually properly straighten out my back. Which I should sleep in my own bed more because, well, my computer's in my room and my bed is like right next to it. And the bed is gigantic. Sometimes I really wish my bed was just a little bit smaller. Because this is a queen size bed that I bought from like the previous person that was living here because she didn't really want to keep the bed with her. Yeah, she didn't want to keep the bed with her. And honestly, I don't want to think about anything that may have happened to this bed. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to think about it because, well, I live near universities and stuff. First, hello, Noir. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And also, congratulations on being first. Even though you're technically not first, but you redeemed it first. I'm not even in the stream and I win? Hell yeah. Absolutely hell yeah. But yeah, I do have a first redeem, chat. Remember, I will, if you redeem it, I will probably end up shouting you out. And, I'll stop. I'm muted right now, but I see. No worries, Noir. No worries. Thank you for coming by, even though you can't hear me. You can't hear me, so that means I can probably talk the most amount of shit about you, and you won't be able to hear me. But yeah, Noir's a big cutie. See, she really, really, really is. It's a good thing that they can't hear me say that. So, ha ha, I saved myself some embarrassment and all that stuff. But yeah. There's like some other things that I also need to like do because I know tomorrow I'll be doing, well, obviously Like a Dragon Ishin or quote unquote Yakuza. Well, the original title of Yakuza games was Ryuga Gotoku, which is literally translated like a dragon. Like a dragon. So, yeah, so it's a little bit weird that they're finally using the proper actual translation of the name after naming it Yakuza for the longest time. Because it's while the premise of the series does involve a lot in regards to Yakuza, and while Kiryu is ex-Yakuza in general, it's a little, well, I would say it's probably kind of natural that they use Yakuza instead of just Like a Dragon. Behave while I'm out. I'm always behaving. After all, if I misbehave, the guardsmen will probably beat the hell out of me, and then I'll probably be on the ground crying because Catbert's punches hurt. They really do hurt. Listen, you don't want to mess with Catbert because they go places. They really do. Oh God, why there again? My God, can you please, Catbert? Can you not throw it below the belt? It would help out immensely. All right. Oh God. Right. Again, Catbert is the strongest guard here. They are the strongest guard, and I would be very much afraid of like going against them. Though I do wonder if I would be able to hire them as a personal bodyguard later on in life. Maybe one day. They already make bank at this prison, so it doesn't kind of really matter in the end. You know, I get the feeling I know where that money came from too, because I was carrying quite a bit of contraband in my car, and when I was arrested, and then also thank you for subscribing, Arimu. Thank you. You really didn't have to, and always make sure to focus on yourself in terms of like your own cash. Make sure you always focus on yourself first and before everyone else, because I want to make sure that you are safe, okay, and that you have enough money to pay your own bills and all that stuff. Pay them with cotton swabs? I don't. Why would? Why cotton swabs? Why cotton swabs? That's an odd thing to pay someone with. Actually, that might even be disgusting as well. It's like, oh god, oh god. I mean, you only said that because of Catbird's ears, didn't you? We're so lucky that Catbird just kind of ignored it and then didn't start beating us both up. Let's make sure not to oh god, wait, wait, pain. I'm in pain. Oh god. Oh. You see why they are the strongest guardsmen? Like, they seem to be able to split into like many different forms. Well, not really many different forms, but many different versions of themselves, and they just all kind of attack at once. Or maybe they're moving so fast that we can't see. That's only just Catbird. That's only just Catbird. Because, yeah, there's a reason why any attempts to break me out does not work. And even if you try to break me out, chat, you can't. Catbird will stop you, and I just will not leave this prison cell. I will serve my time. I will serve my time properly, because if I don't, I'll be a fugitive on the run, and that means I won't be able to get back into the Merchants Guild to exact my revenge. Because, you know, they just kind of, like, expelled one of their highest earners out of the guild just to cover their own butt. Just to cover their own butt. He'll knock you out with its massive strong ears. Man, he'll probably just stick your head in those ears and then use you as a cotton swab. Use you as a cotton swab, because that would be kind of disgusting if that were to actually happen. You know, it would feel bad, especially look at my head. I have like my nice bandana that I got from one of my, well, I would say one of the people that raised me back in the five Warring Isles, but it's like, man, that's a hand-me-down, honestly. That's a hand-me-down that they didn't really want to wear anymore. That was probably like the one that they wore the most, that they always wore. And it turned white because of the long exposure to the sun. That's right. If you didn't know, the sun will eventually like kill the color on any kind of cloth or anything like that. If it's out in the sun for like way too long, it'll actually like kill the color and just like actually turn it white eventually. It'll turn it white or blank. And it takes a long time though. Something that takes such a long time. Don't actually do that, please. Not to mention, I don't think anyone wants to ruin their shirts, and then that shirt will probably like gather everything else that would probably be on the outside and all that stuff. Not gonna lie, I thought you had smooth hair. Nope. This on top of my head is a bandana. This is a bandana that's kind of a hand-me-down from one of the people that I know back in the 5 Warring Isles. We just called him Rave. Yeah, we just called him Rave. Yes, his name was Rave, not the most common name, but then there was also Ace, Jordan, Mia, and then Ron. Ron was their leader. And Ron was he's a different kind of beast. Definitely enjoys combat a little bit too much. But they were all a corps of soldiers, so it's like that's kind of expected. That's kind of expected for them. Especially since those 5 nations are always at a constant war for a battle of resources constantly, even though those resources eventually regenerate themselves, they don't regenerate themselves quick enough, honestly. And each nation does have a way of like helping the land regenerate resources, because they don't just take, despite all the crystal resources that happen on those 5 Warring Isles, they do actually make sure to like keep it keep the balance in check, technically, because every life that spawns out of there tends to rely on the power of the crystals and everything like that. It's also kind of scary because of that. You know, I have my eyes closed. I need to keep my eyes open when I'm actually streaming, because I I do have a habit of like talking with my eyes closed, even though I really shouldn't. Even though I really shouldn't. And that's not because I'm tired, chat. I am very much awake. I'm very much awake, actually. I took like a nap yesterday. I was so tired because I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep at all because I just couldn't. So what I went ahead and did was I literally left work because I could, because I just couldn't last that day. I really couldn't. I was just like absolutely tired. It was definitely like longer than 24 hours without sleep. Yeah, longer than 24 hours without sleep, and I just couldn't sleep. Oh, ads are running. Oh no. Oh no. But it's okay. So when we do have like an ads command, because I kind of took that from Girl DM, because I feel like that's kind of important. Though if you're subscribed, you probably won't get ads anyway. So you're hearing me ramble on for a message that people who are watching ads will probably not be able to hear. But we do have like that ads command. It's not like 3 minutes of ads, because I honestly, if I had the choice, I would not let ads run on my stream, because I really don't need it. Plus it makes for a terrible stream experience. It really does, because it just interrupts it for absolutely no reason. So the shorter the better. The shorter the better. And a minute and a half is the shortest I can actually put it on. Per hour. Per hour. And the only reason I do this is to make sure that the pre-rolls get taken off of the stream. That is solely the purpose. And the only sole purpose that I do that is to get rid of those pre-rolls. But yeah. Hey chat, if you do have things like Amazon Prime, did you know Amazon Prime does come with a Twitch Prime? Well, does come with a Prime benefit that you get one free. That's right, one free subscription to any channel you want. Literally, you can use that on any channel. You don't have to use it on me, because I know I'm not exactly worth it just yet. I am not worth it. I did not earn your love just yet, chat. But I will eventually earn your love one day. Probably. You know, I really don't like actually using the word love or beautiful. Like, to me, those two words are like honestly the most embarrassing for me. So you'll never actually hear me say that out loud, because it's just embarrassing, and I hold those two words to like a very, very special degree that I will not use it. I will not just outright blatantly use those two words on just anything. I will not use those two words on blatantly anything. That's like just reserved. It's a special thing for me. That is pretty much a special thing for me, because I know the those words are let's just say that I've experienced some things. I have experienced some things that I really do regret, because those are like the times when I was like really, really young. Those times I was really, really young, and you're young and you don't know any better. You don't know any better. So it's like, I will not ever use those words ever, unless it's like for a very, very, very specific person, or, you know, that kind of thing. That kind of thing. It's embarrassing to say, but it's that kind of thing. I will not do that. I will not do that. Same thing with the whole. Even though there are some people that may expect it, I am not a boyfriend experienced content creator. Definitely not that at all. You will not see that out of me, because I'm not that confident in that kind of thing. There are better people out there that can do that. There are better people out there that can do it, like Vox Akuma. Though he has his own problems with the whole well, you know, parasocials and all that stuff. Yeah, and those things don't tend to be pretty, especially when you don't have a good rain on them, and it's like, yeah, it causes trouble for like a good couple of friends, and then that's definitely not something I want to put my own friends through. Definitely not. definitely not. Though at the same time, not all of my friends know that I actually started VTubing and everything like that, because, well, I just didn't. And they don't really need to know. They really don't. But some of them eventually found out, because it's just kind of how it is Honestly, eventually people will find out. Eventually. And then when it happens, it just happens. It's like, oh well, you just gotta go. You just gotta go with it. You just gotta go with it. And hopefully they don't poke fun at you for too long or too harshly. But it's all jokes in the end. It's all real hee hee ha ha jokes and all that stuff. But you see, jokes can go. Jokes have to go both ways because sometimes people really take jokes very, very seriously, and I can understand that. I can really understand that, especially if it hits like topics that like are sensitive to them and things like that. Like very sensitive topics can screw people up if people are not careful, and there are some that will just take the jokes and then not mention anything about it and then suffer quietly. And I really wish like some of my friends didn't do that. I really wish, because they do have a bad habit of doing that, and then I end up hearing about it, and then I just gotta tell them like, hey, you gotta let them know that you're not really comfortable with that kind of joke or anything like that, because your comfort really does matter and all that stuff. Your comfort, my comfort, you just gotta make sure that you put yourself first. You gotta make sure you put yourself first out of anything.
Because if you don't put yourself first, then you get possessed by some demons and then...
What's wrong, chat? Why are you looking at me funny like that? There's something happened again. But I don't know why you guys are you're all scared. What do you mean you saw nothing? What do you mean you saw nothing? Am I being possessed by something again? I know Catbird from like a couple months back. They did give me a gift, like a small little pendant, and then we figured out that small little pendant was possessed by an evil spirit, and then we threw away that small little pendant. And well, as far as I know, nothing like that has happened. I returned to demonic talking. Oh god, that's actually kind of terrifying. Wait, what demonic talking? There shouldn't be any kind of demonic talking here. No sir. But yeah. But yeah. Sorry about that. So sometimes I'll mute myself in order to like cough out my lung, because I do have like allergies that happen in the morning and then the evening, and it's kind of annoying that it's only like, here buddy, please shield me with your voluptuous flaps. Oh god, why would you actually say that? Say it like that. Not to mention that right, they're here right now. They're here right now. Would you please just stop? I don't understand, Catbird. But yeah, it's not like their ears are gigantic like Dumbo the elephant or anything like that. I don't think they can shield you very well. At least I don't think they can. Now I'm scared of ears. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, I can't words today, chat. There's some hearing flaps are wonderful. They really are. You get to listen to music, and music is very enjoyable. Like this little music that you can hear in the background of the stream. Thank you, Lo-Fi Girl, for allowing us to use your stuff on stream, and as well as all the artists on the Lo-Fi Radio. Thank you for letting us use your stuff on stream and in our videos. If you don't know who Lo-Fi Girl is, well, you'll see them a lot on YouTube and all that stuff. And then, well, it's nice work to listen to for just like general relaxing and all that stuff. Like this just chatting segment here, and I've also learned just to like let that through onto the stream VOD, because it's like there's no reason not to. It's not like I'm going to. It's not like, well, they technically already gave everyone's explicit writing, as long as you like link back to them, which I do have them linked back. Lo-Fi Girls is legend. Yes, they totally are, and all the artists that work and produce music for them, their stuff is amazing. Speaking of like other things in music, for the first time, Lo-Fi Girl saves lives. Prison vibes. Ah, yeah, prison vibes. Yeah, Lo-Fi Girl saves lives. Definitely, 100%. One thing for sure, when I was like, I for like I play violin. I do play violin. I don't play it well, and I don't play it well enough to be confident to do it on stream. But maybe one day when I practice enough, maybe I'll play some things on the violin for you guys, because there are some things that I do want to actually like perform. And there's like, I do want to perform something like really nostalgic to me, because, and that's like the a story from Grandmother, and that's like the little tune from Mabinogi, and that's like one of the MMOs that I did grow up with, because I really did enjoy Mabinogi a lot. I really, really did. I really did. I met so many friends through Mabinogi too, especially since back then it was like an actual fantasy life, and so it was like, if you want to do combat, you can. If you want to do social aspects, you can. It was like really, really diverse, and it was like pretty open-ended. And it was really nice that the main story was actually optional if you wanted to do it. If you wanted to do it. Though back then, when it first came out, you had to pay to do it. You had to pay the premium service to do it, and some people did not do that. But in the end, it was really good. At least to me, back then, the story was like really, really good. And it's like, I wish MMOs were more like that nowadays, but now a lot of MMOs are really focused on like endgame combat, endgame raids, that the journey is just completely lost. The journey is completely lost. And it's kind of painful that it's kind of like that. Because a lot of times, like, MMO RPGs today have become basically single-player RPGs with multiplayer co-op elements attached to it. I remember Mabinogi used to love their art. I really did too. And then later on, I noticed that their art was actually really, really, really not the best. Not the best, but it was iconic for its time. Sadly, I never played Mabinogi. Mabinogi is still up, and well, you won't really see like the glory days of like when it first came out, because nowadays it's like they do focus on their own end game content. They do. They really do. But once that is reached, then it's like you can do whatever you want. It's kind of open, and a lot of people tend to like get lost at being able to like have too many options that they don't know what to do or where to go. And I guess that's really kind of common nowadays. Like, some people really need guidance instead of like being able to explore everything on their own. Because like the golden here I am. I spoke about this like last Just Chatting stream too, because the golden age of MMORPGs. I really like the community aspects of it, because you were able to do whatever you wanted, go wherever you wanted it, even though going wherever you wanted might have killed you, and you didn't really see like places get like level range, so you didn't even see anything like that in certain games like Ragnarok Online. It better not be for selling ghost. Wait, beloved merchant, what are you in jail for this time? It better not be for selling ghost milk. Ah, well, you see, AJ. We're still in jail for the very first crime we committed by selling 3 different kinds of water under 3 different names, and then the whole I smuggled contraband for the Merchants Guild, and then, well, here I am still. I still have not had my trial, but eventually I'm going to have my court case trial eventually once everything's done and situated. Oh god, Ragnarok? Yeah, Ragnarok's super old. And if anything, Renewal is a little bit better for the MMO, but that has its own problems. Dirty crime boy. What do you mean, dirty crime boy? I'm not dirty. I wash myself. Even though there's no shower in my prison cell, there's like community showers in the prison, but at the very least, I have hold of my own soap, so I never drop the soap here. Even though I don't think he washes himself with the toilet. That's kind of disgusting, actually. Now you're gonna say that I drink water from the toilet. What do you think I am? Some kind of cat? What do you think I am? Some kind of cat? That is the fanciest shelf to hold the toilet paper I've ever seen. Yeah, it's there's no actual toilet paper roll holders or anything like that here, obviously. It's so you have to like grab the toilet paper roll and then use like 2 fingers to stick it in the hole, and then kind of like unroll that toilet paper yourself. It's kind of awkward to do. It's kind of awkward to do. Very awkward to do. Wait, why is everyone looking at me after I said that? I didn't say anything strange, right? Listen, if there's no toilet paper roll holders, you have to use your own fingers by, like, either 1 or 2 fingers sticking into, like, that little toilet paper roll hole. And then it's like, your description of it doesn't sound like toilet paper anymore. What do you mean it doesn't sound like toilet paper anymore? What do you mean by that, AJ? What do you mean? It's, wait, why are you raising your eyebrow at me? Listen. Everyone's giving me some sus looks here, but I think what I'm talking about is pretty normal. If there's no toilet paper holder, you have to use your hands, so you have to use like 1 or 2 fingers, stick in the toilet paper holder roll, and then unravel the toilet paper from there. Added the charge for horny jail? What do you mean add a charge for horny jail? What do you mean add a charge for horny jail? You can't be serious. If there's not a toilet paper roll holder, my man? What do you mean, my man? Breaking under pressure? There's no pressure here. I'm just trying to explain myself, and everyone's just looking at me so weird. It's not weird to like put 2 fingers into the toilet paper roll thing, right? He's improvising. What do you mean improvising? I'm definitely not the kind of person that can improv. There are like so many people that can improv like way better than I can. Like I had like another friend from like VR. I respect it. I don't know what I'm doing that's respectful, but okay, I'll take your word for it. And even though you can't see me like put my thumb up, but I am giving you a thumbs up. I will give you, well actually, you know, I might as well just type into the chat here. Thumbs up. There we go. Guilty. What do you mean guilty? Guilty. But yeah, I had like a good friend a long time ago that was actually really good at improv, and I met them along with like a couple other people in VR chat, and they did like a lot of improv nights in public worlds, which was actually kind of amazing. Even though I never actually like went to like one of their public nights that they performed in like the improv night maps in VR chat. They did like a lot of improv stuff with like us personally as well, just for funsies, because we just like do a lot like funny things. I was just playing some Final Fantasy 14 when I heard fingers and toilet paper talk. Oh god, that sounds awkward actually. That really does sound awkward. Speaking of, I also do play Final Fantasy 14 as well. I am not really per se like an actual like raid tier raider, even though I wanted to do that. I just really didn't have the time for it. And I'm in Lominsa as well. Oh god. Oh no. That's oh, okay, I see where kind of becomes sus and all that stuff. At least keep those toilet paper fingers sanitized, at least. What do you mean by that? I mean, actually, there's no sink in here, is there? Well, that doesn't matter, because in my coat pocket is like copious amounts of hand sanitizer that will probably pour all over my hand. Everyone is in Lominsa. You know you're not wrong. Everyone really do be in Lominsa sometimes. They really do be. That or in Oldar markets. Oldar markets, because there's a lot of people there too. Ligma Lominsa is the place to be. You know, out of like all the places, I actually prefer Gridania because there's a lot of trees there. There's like a lot of green. Or the quicksand hub. Oh, there is a lot of people in the quicksand hub, huh? There's even like that little funny tablecloth Lalafell. Was it? Yeah, I believe it was called the quicksand in Ul'dah. I believe it was called the quicksand. I think. Don't quote me on that though. I would have to log in to check. I really would, because that's not a place that I actually visit often. It really isn't. Even though it seems like a nice bar. I usually hang in Gridania as well, and Gridania always seems to be jam-packed full of people nearby the Aetheryte. And there are a lot of bards there. There really are. And it's like, some of them perform like really, really well. I like Gridania, but the travel is crap. Fair. 100% fair. Out of everything, the travel in Gridania is kind of like poopy. Absolutely poopy. I always get stuck with the maps. Oh god. Yeah. If anything, it beats old Gridania back in Final Fantasy 14 1.0, the very first time they released Final Fantasy 14. And God, that was a terrible, terrible mess. Even though I didn't get to really participate in like the golden age of like the very, very first Final Fantasy 14. And everything that happened in 1.0 is part of the actual Final Fantasy 14 lore that trails into A Realm Reborn. And honestly, though, oh, boop! I've been booped. Also, thank you for the boop. You didn't really have to do that, but I've been booped. I have been booped. You're a newbie. I'm kind of like at endgame level, at least for both my Dark Knight and my Black Mace. Though I'm still kind of like, I'm not really geared for like any of the higher tier raids just yet. I am definitely not geared for that. Out of all my friends, only one of my friends actually got into like serious raiding, to the point that, so this story, which I've told on stream before, this friend is like a Black Mage, and back then they were doing like a lot of like raid progression stuff. And when they did the raid progression stuff, they were doing, so they did Shinryu Extreme so much. Oh, I've been booped again. I've been booped. It's okay. It's not like I'm fully bothered by all the booping, so it's fine. It's fine. As long as like not head pats. As long as you're trying to not to take off the bandana off my head, I'm completely okay with that. But yeah, my Black Mace friend did Shinryu Extreme so much with their static that they're able to perfectly do Shinryu Extreme while drunk as a Black Mace without even trying. That's how much they've done Shinryu Extreme. What's the bandana for? Well, it's not really for anything. If anything, it's more of a stylistic choice. It's more of a stylistic choice. Not to mention, it's also like a hand-me-down from like one of the platoon of 5 back in the 5 Warring Isles where I like came from. Yeah, Rabe gave me to this like a long time ago when I was a kid, and he told me to like just keep wearing it. Just keep wearing it. What's that reason for? I have no idea. That's just yeah. I didn't even reach level 10 yet, planning to stream my journey. I'm liking just walking through. Super fun. Yeah, it's really fun. One thing for sure. I will tell you this outright. The very first story that you're going to go through, A Realm Reborn, a lot of it is a lot of world building, which not a lot of people is excited for, since not a lot of people can handle the world building segments very well. Also, do you get hot wearing so many layers? It looks like you have 2 sweaters on. It's almost summertime. Well, it's not really sweaters. It's a coat and then like another outer coat and then just like a dress shirt on the on the inner side there. And I would definitely take off my layers, but I don't exactly have it set up so I can take off my layers just yet. But when my model gets rigged, you will see me be able to take off all of my layers. Well, not all of my layers. At least, I'm pretty sure. I didn't really fully look at all the layers on my model, did I? For all I know, I could have like an actual topless form. I should probably look at that. I should probably really look at that, huh? Because I'm assuming that the clothes are there and that the last layer is really just my shirt. I didn't actually check if there's like an actual underbody under the model yet. One day, of course, one day. And when I get to do that, I'll also have like a lot of other fun things that I can show off on stream, and it's gonna be well, the interactions that you'll see from me will go up, and now you'll be able to see all my facial reaction, even though it's not gonna be V-Bridger yet. It's not gonna be V-Bridger yet. Maybe one day though. Maybe one day. Actually, maybe I should ask if they. And maybe I should ask my rigger if they do rig for like V-Bridger stuff, because that would be kind of interesting, actually. That would be kind of interesting. Maybe another time, though. Maybe another time. Because that's some top tier. This is some top tier advertising. What do you mean top tier advertising? Oh, wait. Did ads just pop up again? I don't think ads just. Okay, ads didn't run. Ads aren't running. As far as I know, ads aren't running. I could be mistaken, though. I really could. But yeah, for Final Fantasy 14, you might find the very first story to be a drag, but keep pushing through it. Oh, I mean, you hyping your... Oh, that's what you mean. That's what you mean. And you know, it's not going to be just this model. There's another model that I haven't even shown off yet. That's also going to be... that'll also be with the upcoming future debut. Once it's actually all ready. Yes, that's right. You don't get one, but you get two, chat. You get two models on debut. Whenever that gets out. Honestly, that second model is probably going to be finished way before the first model will be. Because funny story, because this model that I have right now has been being rigged for nearly over 7 months now. Even though it shouldn't have been taking this long, there have been other things. I've already spoke to the rigger about it, and I've already seen the progress video, and I've already made like all the corrections in a doc, and I already send it off to them so they can review it. So all that's going on now. All that should be going on pretty well. So I hope I can get that before I get my second model shown. Well, honestly, maybe I should probably tell Polybucket to keep the second model a secret. There's probably going to be an additional fee for that, but that's fine. I'll pay that because I love Polybucket's work. I really do. I really do. Their pixel models are chef's kiss. Absolutely chef's kiss. Yeah. Like, as you know, the VTuber community is like amazing. Just avoid anything that is drama. Just avoid anything that's drama, because that's never good for your mental. And even if it's like a topic that speaks to you and that you're passionate about, please try to avoid drama as much as possible. Please. It's not good for your mental. It's not, because it turns things so negatively that really does affect you as a person. And it's not a way to go. It really isn't. So always keep yourself positive, chat. Keep your outlook bright, and don't let anyone push you down for it. Don't let anyone bully you into something else or anything like that. Really don't, because you all deserve better. Guaranteed, 100%. So don't let anyone push you around like that at all. Unless you enjoy being pushed around, but that's a different other thing in which I will not kink shame you. I'm actually probably the most tolerant of everything in there, everything like that. But wholesome, yes, we are wholesome. We are a very, very say so stream. I'd like to hope that I am a very say so VTuber, a family friendly VTuber, because even though sometimes the wholesome has gone kinky, oh god. I'm a very tolerant person, so it's like I will not, like, if that's your kinks, I will not shame you for them, because if that's something that you really enjoy in life, that's like, don't force other people into it. Just don't, because that's how you don't make friends. Like, I have like a diverse amount of friends. Like, some say, well, it only really goes like one way or the other. We have say-so friends and then unsay-so friends. It's like, I'm not gonna judge people based on that. Everyone's a good person in the end. Everyone should be a good person in the end. As long as you just do that, and you can just enjoy anyone's company. It's just like, just make sure you don't like take anything out of context, for sure, because things out of context is like, Say says toilet paper fingies? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I mean, you obviously have to use your hands and your fingers on toilet paper. It's just like, it's kind of normal there. It's just kind of normal there. But anyway. As much as I want to continue to stream right now, my actual social battery is kind of like shooting itself for some reason. It's like I'm starting to get at like several losses for words, and it's like I feel like I might not have enough energy to keep going, even though I want to keep going for everyone in chat here. But it's like, I can feel it. Like just drain down. It's like, no, wait, it's too early. I want to keep going myself, and because I really do like streaming. I really do. I really do like streaming for everyone here. Anyone that wants to come here for like a quick laugh at the merchant man here. Oh God, I'm going to go crazy, aren't I? I'm going to eventually go crazy. But yeah. Yeah, I do also have to listen to my own feelings and all that stuff because, well, technically, I am kind of still on like my own cool off period, even though I did that all day yesterday. And it's like, I probably should just like make sure to give myself a good amount more rest too. And everyone else that's in chat too should also take that into consideration to also listen to your own feelings. And if you need your rest, take that rest. And always remember that your friends are also there for you. Your friends will always be there for you. Even though that sometimes they can be busy, and that's okay. That's okay. You just gotta be understanding about that. You really just gotta be understanding about that and all that stuff. So always just, keep that in mind. So anyway, let's go ahead and find someone that's actually live right now. Let's see who's like one of my friends that's like on right now that I can go ahead and raid because, let's see here, actually. I was hoping for smaller friends that were on right now, actually. But that's fine. Actually, out of this one, Aritai's on. She's playing Elden Ring. Wait, how long has she been playing? Oh wait, she's just barely starting, actually. Okay. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and raid Aritai. She's like one of the other VTuber friends I know. She's like a well, I don't know what to call her, actually. I don't know. I really don't. But she's going to be playing Elden Ring. She's actually starting it right now. But anyway, yeah, thank you everyone for coming back by today. See little old me. Big love to each and every one of you. And again, I appreciate every single follow, every single thing that everyone's done for me here, every single one of my friends. And I really wish you all enjoy the rest of your day. All right, I'll see you guys another time. I'll see you guys tomorrow, honestly, when I'm playing Yakuza Ishin. All right, bye-bye. I'll see you tomorrow. And always remember, I always have my schedule posted up on my Twitch and also on my Twitter. All right, I'll see you guys another time tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.